Uh, Welcome to the West Ham Voice. Do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, the bell notification that's around there somewhere, and the subscription button, which doesn't cost you anything to become a subscriber of the channel. Manchester City 3, West Ham United 1. I don't think anyone expected a result from today's game, or a positive result, should I say, from West Ham. But the performance did leave an awful lot to be desired yet again. David Moyes' last game in charge, and he didn't exactly allow us to go forward. You will hear from Wiggy Lachert, and he will give you the lowdown on what he thought of David Moyes' plan. Ogbonna was dropped from the team. Jared Bowen had tonsillitis, so he didn't play. And instead of bringing Alvarez into the team, David Moyes, being David Moyes, decided to keep him on the bench. And he played Aaron Creswell, and he brought back Dinos Mavropanos from injury. Emerson was pushed further up into a 3, alongside Kudus, Paqueta, and Emerson played out as an attacking left-sided player. But it really made no odds, really. Look, it didn't take Man City very long to score their first goal within under 2 minutes, 1 minute 20 seconds. But it was a really good strike, so fair play to Phil Foden, who scored an excellent goal. It was an excellent shot. But their second goal was, yet again, as we've seen throughout the whole season, defensive errors just allowed Man City to just literally walk through our defence for Foden to get his second. We got fought back at the end of the first half. Our one and only attack led to an excellent overhead kick from Mohamed Kudus, but that's about as good as it got, really, because there was nothing else really to shout about in the first half. We sat back, we defended. We can't defend. David Moyes, with the greatest of respect, last game of the season we had nothing to play for. We would not have gone up, down, or anywhere else in the league. We would have stayed at ninth, regardless of the result. Just let the players, demonstrate what they're capable of. But we were just sitting back, inviting pressure on us, and Man City are excellent at bringing on that pressure, and it paid off for them. 2-1 at half time was better than many of us thought, because when we went 1-0 down after a minute and 20 seconds, we thought we were going to get absolutely pulverised. But fair play, that wasn't the result at half time. We were looking at the other results, seeing some impressive results like Crystal Palace, who at half time I think were 3-0 up against Aston Villa, and that ended up being 5-0. But then all eyes were on North London, and the irony is that Everton went 1-0 up. Okay, at half time it was 1-1 there. So in a way it was all to play for, but West Ham, the result wasn't a surprise, but the performance was disappointing, to be quite honest with you. We just didn't go at them. Yet again, as Moyes has done throughout most of the season, he allowed Man City, afforded them an awful lot of space. They used it. I mean, their pass and movement was excellent, and it was only a matter of time before they were going to get a third. Of course, we pulled a goal back near the end of the game, but Soucek's goal was disallowed, and the game ended 3-1, and Man City are champions. So well done to them. Well done to Man City for winning their 4th title in a row. End of an era for David Moyes now. We go see what happens during the summer. see what Julen Lopetegui is going to bring to West Ham alongside Steidon. There's no reason now that we can't, with Steidon in control of transfers and Lopetegui working alongside him, there's no reason why we can't go out and get our transfer business done quickly. Thilo Kehrer obviously has now gone. That was confirmed earlier in the week. I dare say we will see several other players leaving now. Ben Johnson out of contract, Ogbonna out of contract, Divin Mbama out of contract, several others as well. Big question marks over a number of players. Paqueta, good old Paqueta, Cressy, yeah, out of contract, and good old Paqueta decided that he was going to have a stroll in the park. He thought it was a friendly today. At least Kudus gave it gave a bit of effort and tried to go at the team. Him and Areola were the only players that sort of put in any effort. The rest of the team were just already on the beach on holiday. But it is what it is. You're going to hear from the others as to what they think of the game. But a disappointing end to the season. Did we expect any more than that? I don't really know. It would have been nice to have given them, a bit of an effort against them. Put them under pressure a little bit to make them fight hard for their fourth title in a row. But clearly that wasn't to be. Season's ended. Disappointing performance. No surprise with the results. David Moyes' era is now done. Let's see where we go forward from here. But I think as fans coming all this way, we would have liked to have seen the players given, the ability, the opportunity to sort of demonstrate what they might have been capable of against a very good Man City side. George Earthy came on for Antonio in the last few minutes of the game, but that didn't make any difference really. So there we are. Season's done. Bit of damp squid. We go in the summer and start rebuilding this squad. If we're offered 70 million for Paqueta, let's take it and bid him farewell, because I don't think we're going to get 85 million for him. And all this stuff about Kudus, yet again, this ridiculous story ongoing, and the disappointing story that came out earlier today was that it's got to take, if we were made a really big, if a bid came in for Kudus, that we might consider it. I think that should be just killed off immediately. Let's not have this stuff hanging over our heads. Yes, of course, if we got a £100 million bid for Kudus, it will help to rebuild the squad. But I'd rather have him for another season, because let's see what happens with him in the team rather than him playing against us. Anyway, the others are going to say their bit. And I hope you've enjoyed all the shows and all the videos, etc. throughout the season. And I'll see you all soon.
Well, 3-1 wasn't too bad.
No, I know.
Could have been a lot worse. We expected worse. Poor usual Moyes deep block. Not a lot to say about it really. Unlucky that City didn't get 4 or 5. But so we finished top 10. Quite happy with that really. The way we've played the second half of the season. The amount of times we've been beaten by 4 or more goals. So 3-1, it's not too bad.
Have we had a drink today?
Got the summer to look forward to now. Can forget about the football and roll on next season with the new manager. See what he can do. I look forward to it. Come on, new irons.
Going?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to start off by saying that Manchester City are a very, very good side, and in case anyone didn't know, Paul said, and they looked good today, and they were good. But we just stood off them and made them look a little bit better than they actually are, and it's frustrating. I mean, we've been around, we've gone all season, we've been here, we've been there, we've been in Europe, we've done this, we've done that, and David Moyes has just got the players standing off. Let's moving forward, let's have a pressing team. Let's see if we can't, be more progressive, because I've had enough now. Just, David Moyes is gone, he stepped aside. Thank you, David Moyes, for everything that you've done for us. The idea that you've left us in a stronger position is probably not true, because a lot of players are going. We don't have that many players that are coming in that we know of, and we don't have that many players that are staying that we know of. You know, it's going to be a huge rebuild. Moyes has, you know, he's just left us somewhere. Left us right in the middle of nowhere. He may think that we're a stronger club than we were, but where's your evidence? Anyone wants to come on and tell us where their evidence is that we're a stronger club, you're more than welcome, because we are a very, very poor side. Areola, decent goalkeeper. Stella and I often joke that I prefer Fabianski, but Areola's the number one, and that's a great, that's a great keeper. He's a good keeper. But name me someone along the back four who we might want to have. You're struggling, aren't you? Everybody's struggling. Across the midfield, James Ward-Prowse. Early doors in the season, he wasn't bad. But he's flattered to deceive ever since. Has he scored a free kick? Has he ever? Alvarez left on the bench today. What on earth was he left on the bench for? Souček? I rate Souček. Everybody disputes whether he's good or he's bad, but I rate Souček, and I think his work rate is phenomenal compared to others. Bowen, who missed out today, he'll be in the side, he'll be there, he'll be good. Antonio, we need a replacement, everybody knows that. But Antonio is a fine player. Since he came back from injury, he's been absolutely brilliant. But he's not the answer. We need to find a central striker that can do the work that is needed. We need a left back. We need a right back. We need another midfielder. We need a striker. And that's not coming cheap. So we sell Paqueta. Does anybody honestly think that we're going to get 85 million for Paqueta? Probably not. Anything more than we paid for him, great. Let's take that. Let's take that and use that money to bring in a couple of midfielders. Maybe, bring back Downs from Southampton. He may not want to come if they don't go, if they go up. There's an awful lot we need to rebuild, and I'm very disappointed from today, as you can probably tell. But, there's probably 3 or 4 players that we can build that side around. Let's do that. Let's give the new manager a chance. I've said to Stella, and I've said to people before, I usually make my mind up over a manager after about 3 or 4 games. I did with Pellegrini. I did with Moyes. Let's hope that Lopetegui, if that's how you want to say it, is going to be a great, he's going to be a great West Ham manager, and we're going to do the things that we want to do. I'll always be there. Renewed my season ticket home and away, and I love it. But come on, boys, let's have some effort. And I will now pass you over to Scrapper.